cease to amaze, boss.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
한 방에 갈 줄.
Hey, quit kidding around.
그냥 싸워야겠다.
Snake?
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
그럴 거예요.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
안녕하십니까? 보냅니다.
Nice work, boss. The targets are almost history.
Extraction arrived at mother base. Enemy
Subject on
presence
board.
detected.
Leave the rest
The
to
map
us.
has been updated. Clouds approaching.
자.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
아, 와, 야, 진짜 장갑 봐. 와.
Snake, talk to me! Snake! Snake!
거의 이것도 풀업을 얹혔는데도 이 정도면
column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your
3개는
job
맞춰야 될
is
것
to
같아.
wipe them out.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
터졌다. 세 발은 맞춰야 돼.
Nice work, boss.
Enemy presence detected. The
Just
map
one
has
target
been
left.
updated.
마지막 타겟이 어디 있는데? 말해줘야지.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
저기 온다.
Enemy presence detected.
PC방 캠프 쪽에
The
있네.
map has been updated. Enemy presence detected.
월드까지 쫓아 있어. 지나갑니다. 여긴가?
That's an enemy gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. You
왜?
won't win in a head-to-head shootout. Try to get behind it and take it down.
빗나갔어.
this the way? That's it.
Mission
Made it out of the hot zone.
exfiltrated
No
hot
sign of
zone.
the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
All right. Mission complete, boss.
미션 컴플리트 보스. 자, 카즈히라 밀러의 햄버거 4번째, 스컬페이스의 목표 5번째.
Rise and shine, old-timer. It is complete. I had our best and brightest working overtime, fine-tuning the greatest burger the world has ever known. I call it the chemical burger. What on earth is that color? Now, don't judge a burger by its color. Go on, try it. I am not very hungry. What? Oh, I get it. Now, sure, it's loaded with additives, but each one's been approved by the WHO for human consumption. Come on, one little bite's not gonna kill you. Are you sure of that? Fine. Well, what do you think? It's perfect. Right? This takes me back to the taste of my youth. The neon signs on the Mother Road. Oh, I can see them now. So, what do you think of our signs now? And it doesn't just taste great. You won't believe how cheap it is to make. And because it's pumped up with preservatives, it won't spoil easily in regions lacking refrigerated storage or transportation infrastructure. This bad boy could even solve Africa's hunger problem. Excuse me? People will no longer fight over food or find reason to hate one another. Mankind will come together, reunited between these fluffy buns. Forget Pax Americana. Say hello to Pax Hamburgana. Pax Hamburgana. Skullface thought that destruction was the way to free the peoples of the world from American imperialism. But this is different. Tackling something head-on just makes for more conflict. Only by uniting the world can its various inhabitants truly become free. Having lived as an American parasite as long as I have, I know what I'm talking about. The chemical burger is poised to be the greatest liberating force the world has ever known. An ethnic liberator burger. Now all I need is a better brand image, starting with a name. Gotta run, old-timer. I'll catch you later. Skullface, real name unknown. Born in Hungary, more specifically northern Transylvania after it reverted to Hungary from Romania. While he was young, the country allied with Germany as part of the Axis powers, but later during the war, it came under Soviet occupation. The Hungarians struggled for independence, but the Soviets came down hard. Just like he said, time and again the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him. All he had left was his skull. Skullface first tried his hand at espionage during all the chaos from the war. Agents, military officials, and soldiers who operated out of Hungary during the war vanished over the course of several months. This Soviet spy hunt rocked the counter-intel world. Mysterious fatal illnesses, accidental deaths, drownings, people having strokes behind closed doors. Just like Stalin, no one knew who was behind it. But all you need to do was look for who had the motive. They were all taken out by a man without a face. And now we've got an idea of how he did it too. He'd gotten revenge for his people, but he wasn't finished. Skullface defected to the West, eventually ended up with the SAS. That's where he met Zero. It's possible he began planning this whole thing back then. It's hard to say. In any case, Zero made him his XO. He always did have a thing for oddballs. But this one was set to lead a unit no one else would know about. When Zero created Fox, he also formed XOF as a support team. An unconventional special forces unit designed to support Fox, make it stronger, with Skullface giving the orders. Zero never even told the boss about it, nor the CIA, naturally. If Fox was Zero's silver bullet, XOF was the recoil when he pulled the trigger, just like Newton's third law. While you were with Fox, Skullface was operating behind the scenes, sometimes as your backup, sometimes as a mole or a scout, sometimes as your cleanup crew. Fox's tail, making sure the mission succeeded and that you survived. We only have his word to go on, but Skullface's goal was revenge against those who'd use language to subjugate people. Those corrupting a people's identity by forcing a new tongue on them. Those using the power of language to control information. Naturally, that set his sights on Zero. To Zero, English was simply the most convenient code. But to Skullface, English was a parasite. And by eradicating it, he'd stop the world from being eaten away. If that didn't work, he was ready to see the world scorched by nuclear fire. To save language, culture, and race from annihilation, he was willing to overstep the hands of the doomsday clock. That is, of course, if you believe anything he had to say.
Boss, as we suspected, the mastermind behind the kid's escape was Eli. It's hard to believe, but
그래.
apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us.
이런
He
천하의
could be
성놈의
hiding something else too.
역시 쯧도였어.
Ocelot's gonna press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
이런 자스틴 쯧도. 자, 역시나 101호실.
I told you, your father's not here.
They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance. Your weapons privileges have been suspended. No more uprisings for you. Did you really think it would be that easy, Commander? You'll get your boys back. They'll even see the boss, too. But first, I need to know what you sent them to do
그래, 무엇을 위해서?
to their homelands.
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just homesick then.
Not quite.
뭐야, 쯧도?
Military warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone they wanted to kill. I told them, last chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance.
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
뭐야, 쯧도? 아니, 또 GD.
I'm not like you! Goodbye, father. I don't need you anymore.
나왔다, 인생 패드립이네. 사일란트로프스를 가지고 가버렸어. 그때또가.
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along. Bidding farewell to the world.
자, 소년 탈출하다. 6.
You know, when you brought back all the child soldiers who escaped, Eli knew they'd returned. Needless to say, nobody said a word to him. I guess they got a message to him somehow. Eli wasn't put in a corner in timeout. He was locked up in that room, completely cut off from the outside world. Then how'd he find out? There's only one possibility I can think of. The Soviet Union has been researching military applications for psi phenomena. Psi? Things like psychokinesis and ESP, extrasensory perception. You mean moving objects without touching them? Knowing what card somebody's holding up? Psychic powers? Come on. I thought that was just another bunch of disinformation aimed at the West. Just bear with me a second. One type of ESP is telepathy. It's the ability to know another person's thoughts through non-verbal means. You're saying Eli read our minds? It's the only idea that doesn't involve someone getting to him. Ocelot. Look, psi research isn't some hocus pocus. It's all evidence-based, scientific... There's gotta be another explanation. Maybe one of the kids stuck a note to your back. I hope that's the case. But I am convinced that they have, or Eli has, a connection to some force we have yet to identify. You better watch yourself, boss. How am I supposed to do that? If he is depending on something for help, well, that's his Achilles heel. If you can figure out what that something is, you might be able to use it against him. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, and the medical team is looking after the kids left on Mother Base. For the moment, they don't seem too panicked. But boss, get this. Eli got those kids to plot their armed uprising as a diversion. Also, he could steal Sahelanthropus and escape. That brat got us good. Set us up and knocked us down. And then there's that mystery kid who was with Eli. With those two working together, I'd say things won't be over for a long time yet.
Boss,
자, 엘라이의 DNA
we're
검사.
looking for the kids in Sahelanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either. What have we gone and put in the hands of those kids? We don't know how bad this
뭐긴
is
뭐야,
until we
뜻도에게
find
베이비를 지어준 꼴이지.
Also, regarding our concerns about Eli, I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that project. I have an answer. I put it on tape. Give it a listen.
Please?
Boss, we've got the results of Eli's genetic tests. We can finally put this worry behind us.
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA fingerprinting of the copied DNA sequences. Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood relatives, meaning the results are negative. He's not your son, nor is he your clone. He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit. I admit the first time I saw him I did a double take, but it looks like we were worried for nothing. Eli isn't your clone, though you might still have one somewhere out there.
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone, why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish adults, and coming to hate who he was cloned from. Big boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit sorry for him. But no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the tests left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day one.
So what is he then?
Well, if he's gonna tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
Select a delivery point.
자, 일단 온 김에 파스나 만나러 가자.
I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers.
그래, 알았어.
The details are on your iDroid.
아유, 잠깐 노래 쓰면 안 된다. 아이고, ኳ이어트야. 그러면 안 돼. 그러면 안 돼.
Boss, welcome home.
파이어! 뭐야, 뭔 짓을 한 거야, 파스?
Boss.
Snake?
She's been acting differently lately. Before, she'd respond to conversation. Just as long as it didn't conflict with her timeline. But now nothing gets a reaction from her. What happened? No idea.
네가 사진 보여줘서 그렇잖아.
Well, Miller did go and tell her that Skullface is dead. If anyone should want revenge against him, it would be her. But it's not exactly like an angel of peace to cheer for someone's death. Now,
게임 회사에서 거는 경우도 있어요. 네, 음원. 자기 게임 수익
take a look at
창출하지
this
말라고.
too.
대표적으로 닌텐도가 그렇죠. 그래서 제가 친구 모아 아파트를 하든 제대의 전설을
See
하든
it right there.
유튜브에서 제일 조회수가 많이 나오는 게임인데 제 채널에서 한 푼도 못 받습니다.
The wound is open.
뭐 어쩔 수 없죠 뭐. 돈 버는 게 전부는
It
아니고.
was all closed up and then it went back to this.
뭐야 이거?
But why? The medic has no idea how it happened. He figures it must have been self-inflicted.
자해라니. 파스가 트라우마가 어지간했나봐. 진짜로. 찌꾸루 게임도 걸려요. 찌꾸루 음원 쓰는 것도 그거 그 상용 음원 써가지고 그냥 하는 사람 꽤 있어. 다른
Please select a
그러니까
mission.
다른 클래식이라든가 이런 거 그냥 써버리는 사람 꽤 있거든. 개발하면서. 그것도 걸릴 거면. 그러니까 그게 만약에 등록돼 있는 음원이면 저작권 걸로 해가지고. 유튜브가 그런 곳입니다, 여러분.
Please select a mission.
뭐지? 41에서 더 추가가 안 됐네. 또 뭔 퀘스트를 또 해야 되나? 일단 이 퀘스트 끝냈으니까 잠깐 또 올라가야겠다. 돌아가야겠어. 갔다 다시 와야겠다 이거. 이벤트를 확실히 마더베이스 다 병사들 다 했으니까 끝내버리자고. 어디 갔니? 잠깐만. 야, 피카드 잘못했어. 내가 잘못.
Please select landing zone.
그래, 이쪽으로 와. 이제 플랫폼이 워낙 넓어져가지고 정신을 못 차리고.
This is P-Quad, on station at LC.
겁나 비싸.
Commencing platform construction. Commencing platform construction.
Gaining altitude.
그래도 얼추 16일, 17일까지는 마무리 짓겠네요. 이 정도면. 이 정도 진행 속도면, 뭐, 주요한 퀘스트주들은 다 끝내겠어. 짜잘한 서브퀘나 뭐, 서브시스턴스나 뭐, 아니면 뭐, 그런 거 있잖아. 하드코어 난이도 그런 거 말고는, 익스트림 미션 같은 거 말고는. 저는 스토리 관련 미션은 다 끝내겠네.
About Eli
Mission
hijacking
list
Salanto
updated.
bus. We
Please
know how he
select
got
a
it
mission.
moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his
메모리 이
repairs.
새끼가
We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus?
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure, easily.
It wouldn't work.
I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work. It...
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it? I thought you said you never saw his face. But you made him pilot Sahelanthropus. You used him in your experiments.
He wanted to get in. It was such a short time we had.
So he was with you.
We were happy.
You're still happy now. Changing your lies to suit the listener and getting by slipping through the cracks. Building layer upon layer of convenient stories until nothing means anything to you anymore. You're happy all the time because you don't even notice you're doing it. Think hard. Who are you really? You're not a victim and you're not the silent majority. You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer. It's the other way around.
이런 쪽팡이야 진짜. 테이프 들으면 아마 또 나올 거야 이제 또.
Please select a mission.
일단 파스
Unit
그거부터 다
dispatched.
보자. 하지만 파스부터 다 보자.
Please select a landing zone.
의료 플랫폼. 안 합니다. 멀티게임이잖아요. 아프리카에서 그런 게임을 왜 방송 안 하는 줄 알아, 잘? 진짜 유명한 사람이 하지 않는 이상 시청자가 반토막 나거든. 요게워치 같은 게임 안 하는 것도 다 똑같아. 어그로 못 끌면 끝이야. 뭐지?